Hey, what's up, guys? Andy Howe here with the Columbus Way, bringing you another edition of our business highlights. Today, I'm here with Jake Harper of Primerica. Jake, how's it going today, man?
Going awesome, man. Thanks for coming and talking with me.
Absolutely. You are a financial planner, for lack of a better word, here at Primerica. But we're talking offline here. What you guys do is a lot different than like a typical, like say Ed Jones or like Chase. A financial planner.
Absolutely.
What are the main differences, and what do you do here with Primerica?
Yeah. So the biggest difference, Andy, I think, is that general financial institutions kind of look at just products, right? And you have a certain amount of money, and you'll come to you, right? You go to a life insurance guy. He says, "Hey, I've got this life insurance product for you for exactly how much money you have." Investment guy's got a great investment for you for that. Where we look at it as a holistic approach, and we come up with a financial game plan called a financial needs analysis. We call that F&A for short. And basically just shows them, where they're at, where they want to go, and kind of a roadmap on how to get there, and looks at, their debt, their taxes, insurance products, retirement planning, and all those goals, right? And we provide that service for free to all of our clients.
Okay.
So I'd say that's the biggest difference is we take a holistic approach, look at it, and kind of look at the end goal and then back our way in, opposed to just looking at products.
Right. Rather than saying, it's the old adage, right? Don't ask the dentist if you need your tooth pulled.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So, so you're not, when you sit down with the client, you're not trying to sell anything. You're first and foremost trying to get an understanding of what their unique financial situation is.
Absolutely.
And then two, get an understanding of what their goals are and where they want to end up years down the line or whenever that time's coming. And then you guys develop a game plan to help them get there. And I guess what strikes me as unique is, you're right, most people don't do that. Secondly, it seems like a lot of different businesses are going this way. If you look at Riverside right down here is building this holistic health center where they're trying to have all the doctors communicate together with regards to an individual patient rather than a pulmonologist.
Right.
You're each different doctor, and they don't necessarily all communicate. So that's really cool that you guys do that. And it's definitely the right path. And I assume why that would definitely benefit the consumer more in the long run, because They're not just trying to, they don't have to buy whatever the person's selling in front of them.
Absolutely. And I think the other biggest thing is if you look at, according to Consumer Reports, plans that make specific recommendations on what to do next and kind of, what insurances are the best, how to save money on there, and debt and all those things, it costs about $1,100. And we focus on just middle class everyday people. And the reality is they don't have $1,100 sitting around to spend on that. It's more important for their mortgage to keep the lights on.
Right.
So, and we charge a price that nobody bickers about. We charge free, right? And because it's free, we ask for two things. And one is that they implement that plan if it makes sense for them.
Yep.
And two is if they can look at me and say, "Hey, you hit a total home run on this," is that they give me 5 to 10 referrals of people that can benefit from that information as well.
Right. And obviously, the only way you're going to get those referrals and be successful is if you do good by your clients.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how long you've been working this job, but I know you started here in college. I'm asking this because of my own experience I had working as an internship in the financial industry.
Yeah.
I learned more in that 3 months internship than I did in college, like easily. And I'm curious if you had a similar experience.
It's funny. I actually tell people that all the time. One of the newest guys that I actually have that I'm kind of training right now is a sport management major at Ohio University, and one of his concerns was, because my degree is in finance. He was like, your degree is in finance, you can, learn all this. But the reality is in college, and college is great for connections and learning how to be an adult. But I learned, like you said, I learned more here in 3 months than I learned in 4 years in college. The only difference is they paid me to be here for 3 months. I paid to go to school.
Right. Yeah, college, you get a piece of paper, you learn how to be social skills and that sort of thing.
Exactly. Great connections, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have a connection with you, even though it's 15 years apart, but without college. So I'm happy I went to college. I had a great time playing football. I had a great time in the fraternity. But as far as, how much did it prepare me for the real world, I don't know.
Yeah. So you learned a ton. What would you say are like the top three things that you've learned in this job that you didn't know before?
Yeah. One would be just debt. and how to pay it down. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like you're always told, by mom, whoever, that never pay the minimum when you're dead. Always pay a little
Right,
more.
right.
When in reality, like Dave Ramsey and Sue Zorman, they talk about
Right.
all the time, debt snowballing. Just taking all those minimums and putting all those minimums on one debt,
Yeah.
and then continuing to do that to knock everything down.
Yeah.
That's something. I mean, I think they should teach you in high school, but if not, you should learn that as a finance. I mean, you're in finance.
Right.
Second thing would probably just be annuities. In school, they give us all these examples of anybody from a 20-year-old to a 60-year-old having an annuity, when in reality it doesn't even make sense for anybody under the age of 45 to ever even think about an annuity.
Right.
Which was interesting. And then lastly, I think is just I think school at times downplays the importance of just interaction with the customer. And it's
Mhm.
not just all about a book and what you learn from the book, but it's about how you can connect with that customer, how you can best help them find their needs. I mean, I don't think you really
Right.
learn that in school. It's something you really have to sit down and do to learn.
Right, right. How do you think, I appreciate hustle always. And, obviously you're a football guy, so I know there's, like just from the few minutes I known you, I can tell you're a pretty hard worker.
Yeah.
How do you think like football or your upbringing and the hustle, like, how do you think it helped prepare you for this job?
Oh, massively, massively. I mean, if you look at football, right? You work all camp, you work months in the summer and all this, and all camp every day to eventually play one game a week,
Right.
And do
Right.
one thing, right, and have your 2 hours of fun.
Right.
And I think it's very similar here too. I had to grind to get my licenses. I had to work very hard to learn the
Mhm.
products, learn how to help clients, and get competent on it. All to sit down with a client in an hour time period
Right.
to do things. So I guess the biggest thing would be that delayed gratification that I think you kind of learn throughout sports. And the second thing would be just team sports in general. That idea of being bigger than yourself. We're huge on team here, and just that idea of it's not just all about you; it's about the whole team. It's about everybody bringing. We always say here, a rising tide lifts all ships.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
as everybody else continues to do better, it's going to help you do better as well.
Mhm.
So I think
Love it.
those are the two things probably help
Love
the
it.
most.
Love it. Well, how can people get a hold of you if they're interested in? Hey, I want to talk to Jake. Like, what do they do?
Absolutely. I'm really easy to get a hold of. My direct line's 740-644-2512. Call me, text me, get a hold of me on Facebook. I'm a young guy, so I'm up late. Don't be afraid to text me or get a hold of me. I love to sit down and chat with you, whether it's about your finances, maybe about a career opportunity, anything.
Awesome. Well, hey man, thanks for the time today. I really appreciate it. And guys, I'll put Jake's contact information down below. Hit him up. See what he has to offer. And if you're looking for a job, absolutely, come talk to Jake. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.